niggas in the streets like it's common sense. Stack the money heads up like it's second nature. Gotta stay pulled up like it's second nature. Keep it cheap in my ear like it's second nature. Big make me share like it's second nature.
Fish. I say, Lord, be my savior when it comes to getting this paper. Please protect me from my haters. Just say me and I won't favor. Say amen. Amen, amen, amen. Yeah. Amen. That boys and they can't win. Can't win, can't win, can't win, can't win. Jet. Going up. We in it, we gonna. Going up. Did it like my persona. Going up. Living up was honest. We used to drive them hunters. Now we pull up in the furnace. Go up. Walking, show up, baby, hold up, blow up, boy, don't touch, we blow up, yeah, I'm laughing to the bank, all new blue Benny Franks, pulled up on him in the tank, yeah, that guy just a rap guy, I'm so mad flying, he ain't, let me back, tight gave me, until I was going on, I'm Miami, they all cornballs, they can't stand me, I finesse, all them, I hear, get a plan. Let's go that my whoa, no low, got string on yo-yo. She post up her MCM and we like that JoJo. When we out and we see him, he always ask for photo. I say, Lord, be my savior when it come to getting this paper. Please protect me from my haters. Just say me and I won't favor. Say amen. Amen. Yeah. Amen. That boys and they can't win. Can't win. Jet.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. This is Madden 18 on EA Sports. Today's matchup features a very good rushing offense. The Vikings are top 10 in rushing TDs, and they'll go up against a Packers team that wants to keep the running game in check.
All right, Larry, it's one of the new jewels of the NFL, no doubt, as you get a look inside U.S. Bank Stadium here in Minneapolis. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings. On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. And his first look is incomplete. He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off.
Let's go.
A 2nd down throw for Bridgewater. Escaping the pressure right. He finds his target, Terrence Williams. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Now a play fake here on first down. Dancing to his left. And some space here. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
You know, I don't think this is the last time we'll see that in this game. This guy has mobility, and they want to use his legs in the game plan. So there will be designed runs as well as his scrambles.
Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs. They run again on first down. Cook. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I think there's one element that just keeps increasing on defense in the NFL, and that's speed. They want it at every position, and we just saw there some linebackers who can go sideline to sideline, run past that trash, go past people, and make tackles near the sidelines.
And not only near the sideline, but also in the backfield there for the loss.
Let's go. Play 90.
On 2nd down, Cook. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complementary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
Touchdown, Vikings! A great effort there with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Vikings have taken a first quarter lead. So they get the ball on the opening drive. They take it in for the score.
And how about setting the tone right away? Everyone talks about wanting to do that, but you always hear it in every locker room. First 5 minutes of the game, who's going to set the tone? Who's going to take control? Guess who just did?
Well, now on the next drive, when you score that quickly or you're scored that quickly against, probably feel like you need to respond.
Yeah, without a doubt. In other words, you've actually put the pressure even more so on your opponent.
Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. They'll send Brown in motion right. Now they'll run it on the toss. Room here to run. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. And he'll give it here to his running back. He finds some open field here. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. That good for 22 and a first down.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. They didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. And now here's a carry heading left. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down. Now a handoff looking right. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Look, the first down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it. And boy, the reward was there. A big, big pickup. And guess what? It's now 3rd and very short in order to try and pick up a first down.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. LeGarrette Blount with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. On is Mason Crosby for the point after. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Terrence Williams that time. 3rd down here.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on 3rd down. Diggs going in motion right. On 3rd down, Bridgewater. And this is going to be incomplete. So possession 1 ended in 6. Possession 2 likely going to end in a punt.
Yeah, that's okay. They just got to get back to what they worked on in the opening drive and continue to make a few adjustments along the way. It won't be exact because the defense will make a few adjustments themselves. Just get back to your game plan.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. This will be fielded at the 17. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, and the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Now they try the right side here. And some room to maneuver. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter about to get underway with the Packers in possession of the football. They'll come up on a 3rd and 4 here to start things out. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on second down. Rodgers going to throw. Screenplay, McKinnon. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Well contained there defensively. The screen gets only a yard, and it's 4th. Rodgers going to go on 4th down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the... Now the ball comes loose, and this belongs to the Vikings. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground, and he is leveled. Knocked down hard at the 38-yard line. A gain of 3, second down. They run it again with Cook. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
Let's go. Way 90. Way 90. Dagger.
Off the play fake, Bridgewater. He sets to fire deep. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Now Parkey for the extra point. Just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. Here's Parkey now, set to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Oh, now he bowls him over. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Linval Joseph busting through to get him for a loss of 6. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. It'll be a loss of a yard, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Brandon, with the last couple of plays for the offense not being good at all, my thought process as a coordinator, get the ball in the hands of my best player and see if I can salvage anything out of this drive.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Now Rodgers. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Daniil Hunter in there to drop him, and his great season continues. 13 sacks for him now on the year. On 4th down, here's Justin Vogel on to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Pulled in at the 24. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Now the Vikings offense works their way back onto the field. They start the drive with Cook. And he'll get this across midfield to the 48. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end, in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a...
Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. 1:57 to go in this first half. More from Minneapolis after this. 3rd and long now after the sack, and we'll see if Bridgewater has a response. From the gun, Bridgewater. He's going to air one out. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
He gets this away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And this one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. And tough starting field position here. And some room to work. He's got room to run past the 20. And he's brought down after a good gain. All told, it's an even 30 and a 1st down. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. That will carry for Blunt. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now this time Rodgers will throw. Screen pass to Blount. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. He loses 5 full yards to bring up fourth. On now is the Packers punter. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. On now is the Packers punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And he'll go ahead and field this at the 5. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. And not great starting field position here for the offense. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. Gets around him, and he's got some space here. Almost unstoppable on the ground there as that one is good for 39.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Bridgewater now on second down. The left side caught by Diggs. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Let's go. Play 90.
From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. Going deep for Diggs. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. And they're going to go soft on the corners. A final shot before half for Rodgers. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. So we have reached halftime in what's a 6-point game at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry? Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Second down following the run. Shift together here from the D-line. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. They'll wind up losing about a dozen on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Throwing now is Rodgers. Now he's going to throw deep back over the middle. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. A great return there of 22 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
How about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. A toss to Cook. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a 1st.
Now, the good thing for you, partner, is you're not as old as I am, okay?
That's true.
So back when the dinosaurs roamed the earth, the right side of an offensive line was almost always your power side. Your bigger, stronger, physical guys. And on this play, they tossed it right and looked like it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, but that's not the case so much anymore, you're saying, with the bigger guys?
Not necessarily.
You find the best guys, plug them in on your O-line.
Right. As a general rule now, you're a lot more balanced on your offensive line. It might still lean towards your best pass blocker on the left side.
Sure.
But not necessarily all the time. They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. From the pistol, they run it with Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. Play action now. Bridgewater. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. So it's only 3 points on this opening drive of the 3rd quarter. And even though that stretches out the lead, Charles, I think you'd have to consider this a win for the defense, no?
Couldn't agree more, Brandon. That offense got themselves in prime position to really open up this ball game, but the drive stalled out. And yeah, 3 points is very easy to get back in today's NFL.
Now the Packers get set to go. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And he motions the wide receiver. They go play action here on 1st down. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Everson Griffin in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
And we're into the 2nd half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Fielded at about the 28. Well, nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. And out now come the Vikings. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. On play action, it's Bridgewater. And he is out of bounds, just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, did a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch.
Oftentimes when a guy has a game like this, he's going to take his offensive line out to dinner afterwards. But after a play like that, he may tell them, instead of getting the steaks, guys, we might have to go for the hot dogs.
And with the play clock running out, Sean McVay will take a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. Again, it's Cook. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 16. And the wideout in motion. Third and long for Bridgewater. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off at the 11. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And he's going to be taken down here at about the 10. 3 yards on the pickup there, and they've got it back to 3rd and 10. Not the start to the drive they were hoping for. That run doesn't get them much at all.
No, not at all. And that leaves them with 3rd and long, which means you've got to dial up something pretty good. Think your best player with a play that he likes to run best.
The Packers on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Now a handoff looking right. Shedding through the defense. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
Well, as far as plays go, there's nothing to write home about on that one because that one gets some negative yardage. But if you do want to find a positive, he found a way to get out of bounds and stop the clock.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. The wide receiver moving to a new spot. Now it's Rodgers. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Harrison Smith. And he'll take this back down inside the 20. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find the spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Let's go. 180.
Another toe for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And a big hit there as he runs into a brick wall at the 19. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. So 2nd and 10 here. Here's Bridgewater. And complete right side to Cook. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. defense has set themselves up nicely. 3rd and 10 now. Handoff comes to Cook. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down.
But it was stopped on that play. We've had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This from 36 yards out. Oh, he left this one out to the right. That's a bad miss. No good. And this score will stay right where it is. Boy, you sure don't see that too often.
I guess you can't really call anything a gimme, but you figure with his track record, that's a sure thing. But it turns out it's not the case.
He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. And some room to roam now. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. It's a big play there for Green Bay. 49 yards. And now a 1st down following that long gain. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run. They'll run it here with Blunt. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Boy, that's a lot of sirloin steak to be taken down for no gain, partner.
Are you trying to suggest that he is a huge man?
He is
not just a big man, a huge man.
Big boy.
Well, how about the credit then for the defense to be able to chop that big tree and put him on the ground?
I know back when you played, it took 4 of you to take a guy like that down, right?
Well, that's for sure. And you know what else? I didn't want to challenge him at dinner either.
And now here's a carry heading left. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. So the offense looking at a 2nd and 8. Gonna give this time to the tailback. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 7. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And the deficit trimmed to 6 now at 16-10. So you knew one way or another that you needed 2 scores. They get the easy one out of the way. Now they'll need to get the ball back.
So, Brandon, the question is, how do you accomplish that? You can onside kick it, or remember, since you've got all 3 timeouts, you can still kick it deep and try to play defense.
Now the Vikings now heading onto the field. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers in the world can miss kicks like that. Can they come back now and redeem themselves?
Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Diggs going in motion right. Now Cook running right. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They pitch it out to Cook. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves them with 3rd and 11 coming up. And now the Packers going to take another timeout. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. The Vikings on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Bridgewater. And that is incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
And they'll try for it here on 4th. Bridgewater and company stay out there. The Vikings will go for it. Bridgewater. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And they get 20. Yards on that one. And on 4th and long, somehow they're able to keep the drive going. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And what is this? They're lining up here to punt on 1st down. And Quigley now on to punt as he sends this one away. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. 1 possession game, time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out.
Here we go.
And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and 8.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. The Packers on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. And the big tight end shifting around. He's back to throw. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
Like the way it sounds, Frody? Just let me breathe for a minute, man. Just let me breathe. Just let me breathe for a minute, man. Just let me breathe for a minute. Just let me breathe. It's too hot, drop the top off the wagon. Lay back, fire like dragon. Man, I'm flying past Saturn. Out of here like I ain't that savage. Two. It's like I'm at the studio with Michael. You can hear me dancing on the beat. Bam, bam, about to put a mansion on the beach. 100 Latins in your lobby. That's what happens when you're around with body. And I put that in my mommy. I will never give my heart to a rocket. Just make a dance that goes with this song. Then I'ma be on. Basic, gon' dance to it. Basic, everywhere, gon' dance to it. Just let me breathe for a minute. Just let me breathe for a minute. Just let me breathe for a minute. White Range Rover, in it. Let me breathe for a minute. Just let me breathe for a minute, man. Just let me breathe for a minute. White Range Rover, ball in it. You gotta, baby, shake that, shake that. Shake that, you gotta, baby, shake that, shake that, shake that. I got 2 shows, I'm about to pitch another. Throwing alley-oops to my brothers. We all shine, nobody victims. I'm on these sweatsuits, black Pippins. I swag different, that's why the money in the bag different. Come up short, you have your fam. I lay on beaches and swerving whips. You ain't serving, you just an urban myth. Every day, get, ride around Queens on the jet ski, it's me. Every day, get, to the day I die. Every day, get, man, I that, and I that, bouncing up and down, nearly broke. Just let me breathe for a minute. let me breathe for a minute. Just let me breathe for a minute. White Range Rover, in it. Let me breathe for a minute.